Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Solomon's Level X. We're back here in Pokemon Masters to review the new Anabel and Snorlax that's going to be coming out this reset as of the time of uploading this video. So, we're going to be asking ourselves the question, should you summon for Anabel and Snorlax? Now, I'm going to go into the reasonings later on in the video, obviously, but I'm going to tell you straight up right now, no, you should not be summoning for this unit. And, well, I'll tell you why. So, first, we got Anabel here, of course. She's 5-star Pokefair unit with a 6-star EX. She's a support. She has Snorlax that can Gigantamax. Solid defensive stats here. 272 defense, 282 special defense, 752 HP. Pretty solid stats overall when it comes to, being a support unit. And we kind of don't really... What I say? How many normal type support units do we have in the game? Let me actually look at that really quickly. Well, 6. Okay, so yeah, we have our fair share of normal type support, so we're definitely not lacking in those, but still, Anabel's another one. Doesn't really make much of a difference, but yeah. So, when it comes to our base kit here, theme skills, by the way, normal, Alola grown woman, not many theme skills, but whatever. So, one thing is, she's going to be lasting until March 6th, so anything you want to do, if you do have temptations to summon for Anabel, but it's not, like, overbearing, like, if Anabel's your favorite character, or Snorlax is, like, your favorite Pokemon, go ahead, straight summon. I understand that. I 100% support anybody summoning for their favorite characters or their favorite Pokemon or, any combination of the two or whatever. But she does last until March 6th. So any of those who have, like, the little devil talking in the back of their head or, like, on their shoulder saying, don't summon or whatever, or, like, saying to, or whatever else, probably listen. Or, like, little devil that's telling you to summon, don't listen to them, because these last until March 6th, same with, like, Lysander and Diantha and stuff. At least I think Diantha lasts that long as well. But they last until March 6th, because, and this is great, because the half anniversary data mine will be coming out sometime, like, late February, probably around the 24th, 25th type of area. Well, actually, I think the 23rd or 24th, I think, because February this year, the 25th falls under a... Yeah, 25th falls under a Saturday, so around the 23rd or 24th, I would say, is our likelihood to get the data mine, because they generally won't do it, like, afterwards, but still, we'll get it before this Pokefair Scout ends. So if you do want to summon for her, but, like, you're also not really sure and you want to save it for the half anniversary, you're still able to do that. I recommend doing that above all else. At the very least, because, you'll be saving a lot of gems. It's going for the, probably super powerful half-anniversary sync pairs instead of Anabel here, who, spoiler alert, is not too amazing. She's not horrible. Whatever. We'll go into her kit details and worthiness of summoning for that later. But yeah, again, you can save until the half-anniversary data mine and make your decision to summon for Anabel or save at that point. And that's what I recommend. So, when it comes to her actual kit here, she has Team Limited Edition and, Team Limited Edition Special Defense 9, which raises the special defense of all allies whenever, by 1 stat rank, whenever the user uses a move with a limited number of uses, which is basically her whole kit here. Reflect and Protect, yeah, and having G-Max Replenish, so you're also going to be able to just buff a lot of special defense. Allied Field Effect Multiplier 2 raises the user's attack, special defense, and speed by 20% when effects that apply only to the allied field of play are in effect. So, Reflect. Reflect. Max Healer restores the user's HP by approximately 50% of its maximum HP after using its max move. And if you have the 25... or if you have the half healing multiplier in the stadium, that'll heal you by 25%, which is still a pretty significant amount, I would think. So, that's good. And when it comes to removes, Headbutt, 30% chance to flinch. Reflect, applies physical damage reduction to the ally field of play. Protect, 1 use, but applies damage guard. And then Requesting Backup applies the critical hit defense to the allied field of play, applies status condition effect to allied field of play, applies special damage reduction to the allied field of play, and raises the attack of all allies by 2. And then obviously she has G-Max Replenish, so she's able to restore 1 MP on her Reflect, Protect, and for each of the user's moves. So Reflect, Protect, and her Trainer move are all going to get their MP back. So there's that. And then Max Guard she also has as well if you want to go that route, but you could just go for Protect at that point, so not really a reason to go for Max Guard here, unless you're out of gauge, but whatever. So, base kit here, she's got flinches, she's got all of the defensive, barrier type of abilities, like physical damage reduction, special damage reduction, critical hit defense, and status condition defense. She's got all of those. She's got damage guard for herself. She's buffing all the allies' special defense by 1 per time she uses reflect or protect, and I don't know if that counts for her trainer moves when the user uses a move with limited number of uses. So probably, it doesn't say the user's Pokemon, so it probably also counts their trainer moves, so that can work as well. Also, you've got your max moves, so you'll be restoring NP on these as well, so you're going to be reliably buffing your special defense pretty high, and you're going to be able to buff your attack by up to +4, assuming you go for G-Max Replenish on her trainer move. So base kit, able to buff attack to +4, and special defense to about, I don't know what. Let me do the math here. So 2, 3, 4... about +6, so she can max out special defense without any NPRs, other than, you know, G-Max Replenish. So there's that. And then she's able to heal about half her health, 25% if you get the half healing parameter in Master Mode, or, you know, Stadium Master Mode, whatever. And then she's got extra defensive abilities, speed, and attack stats, so they don't really matter whenever any of these ally field effects are in a play. So she's going to be pretty bulky, and she's going to be healing, and she's going to be able to buff allies' attack. Basically what you're doing with Anabel here. Now, while that's great, you're having a designated unit that can heal themselves relatively reliably, or, like, you know, take attacks relatively reliably. She can apply these different effects here, you know, reflect and whatever else. I still don't find this to be very valuable, because look at Snorlax's speed, 236. Even though she does get a 20% increase in speed, she does. And I don't really know the calculations for that, so I don't know if it really makes that major of a difference or not, but overall, just looking at that, I don't think that's going to be enough to make up her low speed stat and all of that. If she would have applied move gauge acceleration on her trainer move, then that would have been a whole different, like, effect. That would have been quite different, I would say, because then you can, you know, go for the NPR on her trainer move, and you can have G-Max Replenish for extra MP. So if she applied move gauge acceleration, kind of a different story, but she doesn't. So, I mean, that's kind of iffy. But let's go into her grid. So let's see, you're looking at her grid here. 1 out of 5, she has really nothing. She's Reflect, Move Gauge, Refresh, and that's it. And Protect, of course. 2 out of 5, Trainer Move NPR. That's where you're starting to get something decent. Reflect NPR, sure, I guess. Healthy Healing, applying gradual healing, that's useful, I would say. Headbutt, Move Gauge, Refresh, that's where you're starting to get useful stuff. And then you've got, like, Defense plus 20, Special Defense plus 20, HP plus 40. Those are the points where you're getting something useful here. That's where you're really gonna start getting stuff. And Ice Guard and Fire Guard, depending on what enemy you're fighting, sure, I guess. Then 3 out of 5, Team Max Shielding Strike, so she's able to buff defense by 2 whenever she uses a max move. Debut damage reduction, so she applies physical damage reduction like as soon as she enters the battle, which I don't even think that's really worth. It's worth it, of course, but I don't find it to be that, like, outstanding of an ability. I think just you have 2 uses on Reflect already, and you've got the G-Max Replenish. You've already got 3 Reflects. If a fight lasts longer than, like, how long 3 Reflects will last, I think there's kind of a problem with how you're running. I mean, you could do this and then instantly use, like, what, let me think. Actually, it doesn't really matter, it doesn't, to have it debut, because you'll just use Reflect anyway. I mean, it might be solid if you want to go for, like, her trainer move instantly, or, like, Headbutt or something, instead of going for the 3 gauge Reflect or whatever, but I don't really find that to be super valuable. Trainer move Critical Squad 1, so she's able to buff crit by +1. I mean, that's something. I'll say that's something. Trainer move, Durable 9, has a 100% chance of applying Endurance. She doesn't really need Endurance. I mean, she could get hit hard by a fighting type move, but not. I mean, I don't really see why you would ever want to go for this. I mean, you're getting defensive boosts whenever you have some sort of ally field effect up. You're going to be flinching. You're going to have damage guard here with Protect. You're going to be buffing your own special defense. I wouldn't say you really need it that much. I don't think it's really too valuable, so I wouldn't really pick that up. Aggravation 1, that's good if you're going to go for flinches. Charging Infliction. Charges use move gauge by 2 when Pokemon uses a status move. That could actually be pretty valuable, because, I mean, your whole thing is status moves. I mean, you got Reflect and Protect. Those are 2 things you're running, so this could be valuable, I think, but maybe a little bit niche. I'm not too sure. Reflect Shielded 1, so she's able to buff defense as well every time she uses Reflect. This would kind of make picking up the Reflect NPR kind of useful. So buffing the defense is also very nice. And then at 4 out of 5, she gets Team Max Sync Boost Physical 9, which, sure, that's something, I guess, but it's only whenever you use your max move. You increase your physical move next of all allies by 1, and when you use your max move. And you can only use 1 max move, so I don't really see this being that valuable, I'll be honest. Ally Field Effect Accelerate 3 charges the move gauge whenever field effects are into play for the allies, and then Catalytic Acceleration at 5 out of 5, and Synchro Healing. Okay, so looking at everything she's gotten here, she does kind of fix her gauge issues a little bit at 4 to 5 if you pick up Ally Field Effect Accelerate 3. And like maybe Charging Infliction depending on how you want to, build her grid. But like if you do want to go that route and, get stuff for her like gauge management over here, what's the best route? Probably this. You're left with 26 energy to pick up anything else. So if you want to pick up Endurance, that's 10 energy gone right there. I mean, you're kind of running out of energy on stuff you want to get. Anabel, I feel like, would really become very, very valuable if you could get something like this. Let's see. I feel like if you could give her something like this, it would make her, like, a lot stronger, just outright. I think this is about the best you'd want to go. Like, this is, like, if you could pick, not negative 124 energy, if you could pick up this, Anabel would become a lot more valuable. Not like it as a unit in general, but like she would be a lot more desirable or like appealing to use, because at this point you're buffing your defenses very reliably. You're going to have reliable move gauge acceleration and just move gauge in general. You're going to have endurance. You're going to have +1 crit for all allies. You're going to have +1 physical moves next. You're going to have NPR for your reflect, NPR for your trainer move. You're going to have some buffed up defenses and HP stats. You're going to have gradual healing. You're going to have a lot that she kind of wants to use. But obviously, you can't pick up all this stuff in her grid. That's just kind of not going to happen. You're not even able to pick up all the stuff I picked up down here. Even removing that, you're not able to pick it all up. Like, you have to get rid of debut damage reduction, and then you're going to have to get rid of, like, the trainer move NPR. I mean, not really that amazing. In order to max out her critical hit rate here, or max out the critical hit rate of allies, you'd have to pick up the trainer move NPR, because at that point, you'd have to use a trainer move, you'd have to use the max move, and then you'd have to hope for an NPR at least one of those times in order to use it. And that's also 4 turns you're taking in order to use a trainer move just to max out your allies' attack and critical hit rate. I mean, it's something, I guess. Be able to max attack and crit is fine, but she can only do it reliably to +2 crit and +4 attack, I would say, right? Because like, you're going to be using the trainer move. You're going to use your max move. Under the best scenario, I wouldn't even use the max move until you use like protect or reflect once. But if you use it like right after that for the NPR and the trainer move, then you're going to get that back, and then you're going to use it again. You're going to get up to +4 attack and +2 crit. And then if you somehow get the NPR between that, then, well, there you go. You got your max crit, you got your max attack, which is pretty solid. Obviously, you want a support that can max out crit, max out attack, special attack, whichever you're going to use. In Anabel's case, would be attack. So, as you can see, she's kind of inconsistent in buffing the offensive stats for allies. And when it comes to buffing the defensive stats, she buffs special defense pretty reliably. That's fine. But when it comes to buffing physical defense, you're going to have to pick up shielded, you're going to have to pick up shielding strikes too, you're going to have to pick up this stuff. But I don't even find that to be very valuable. I wouldn't pick it up. I mean, defenses are one thing, but like, when you want a support that can really make your attackers do more damage. If you think of a support unit, you don't think of somebody super bulky that can, well, I mean, you can. You don't really think of somebody super bulky that takes hits and is buffing defenses and is really tanking there. That's more of a tank, not exactly a support, even though it's kind of what we label them as. You want a support that's able to make your striker stronger. That's why weather supports are such amazing supports generally, because like Ingo, he buffs crit, he buffs attack, he applies weather. He's already helping Emmett. I know they released together, whatever. He's helping Emmett, he's helping Olivia. I think, does Classic Blue have sand multipliers? I don't know. But like, in general, he's helping out those, Cynthia. Cynthia's another one. He's really helping out Cynthia. He's helping out all these characters buff out their offensive stats, so they spend less time trying to do that and can just straight up get to attacking, and he's applying their weather. And Signature Chris is an amazing example too, because she's applying special moves next, she's applying range, she's applying speed, she's special attack, crit, all of it. She's really destroying the competition and like buffing special attack stats and crit rate and all that. She's making the special attackers that she partners with super strong. Anabel is more so a unit that you're going to use as like, this unit does not take damage. That's kind of what you're using Anabel for here. In which case, I think it's fine to release some unit like that. I think that's unique. But, like, we also got Melanie. Think about that. Like, am I wrong to compare these two? Because, like, Melanie's defensive stats are better. Her HP stat, I think, is worse. Am I wrong about that? I think her HP stat's worse. Yeah, her HP stat's very slightly worse than Anabel's is. But whenever she uses, she has Safeguard, so she's applying status condition effect just like Anabel. She's buffing crit like Anabel in her trainer move. Well, Anabel only does in her grid, but whatever. And then, obviously, with Melanie, you're using G-Max Renaissance, applying physical damage reduction and special damage reduction. And then in her skills, you have the persisting shields here, persisting shield, barrier, and immunity. So you're making them, it's like Maxie and Archie's Sun and Rain. It extends the duration of it, so you're having these effects last longer. Maybe they just kind of work together, I don't know. But, like, if you want to build a support that does what this unit does, you can also use Melanie, who can also turn cancel by using Sing, where Anabel is over here using flinches with Headbutt, which isn't even guaranteed, but still, I'm not going to go really into that. That's kind of unfair, I'd say. But, like, Anabel and Melanie both feel very similar together, and one of them is a Spotlight. Think about that. Anabel's grid, I'd say, is fine overall, but you can't pick up everything you want to pick up, because you want gauge acceleration, you want defensive buffs if you're going to use a defensive unit, you're going to want aggravation 1 for the flinches, you're going to want healthy healing, you're going to want critical squad to buff your strikers, you're going to want durable, just, you know, because it's nice, I guess, and all of that stuff. You're going to want that, and you're going to want these special defense and defensive nodes and HP nodes in here, and all that stuff as well, because, you know, just make her as bulky as possible. It's kind of, I think that's kind of what they were going for when they were making this unit, making it very, very bulky and not really so much stronger on buffing like your strikers or whatever else. But they kind of failed in one part, and it's the gauge. The gauge is kind of iffy. Yes, you can use these two abilities here and do that, but then again, you're still sacrificing stuff in your grid, and I hate that. If they would have put it as a passive on her, replace, like, I don't know, Max Healer. Max Healer's nice, but, like, I don't find it to be super necessary, especially when you have, you know, healthy healing in the grid. You can pick that up. Maybe it is, I don't know, but, like, some sort of way to manage gauge I find would be better. Or just literally make it so her trainer move applies move gauge acceleration. Would have fixed a lot of things. But overall, when it comes to Anabel's kit, I just, especially 1 out of 5. I would not go for 1 out of 5, because she does everything you kind of want her to do at 1 out of 5, but it just isn't enough for, like, what you want from a unit. If you like Anabel and Snorlax, of course, go for them. I really do recommend you summon for your favorites. I will never tell someone to not summon for their favorite character or Pokemon, ever. At least not within a reasonable mind. But if you're going to just, like, want to summon for her just for the sake of, like, summoning, there's tons of better units to summon for. Summon for Signasuit Diantha, summon for Signasuit Lysander, but optimally save for the half anniversary. It's just a smarter decision. She's very defensive, she's very bulky, whatever, but, like, she kind of just doesn't really do what you kind of want a support to do. And that's my main point here. So I think we're going to wrap things up here. Summon for her if you really, really like her. Summon for her if you just want to ignore my advice. Don't summon for her if you want to take my advice. Summon for her if you want to save for the half... Don't summon for her if you want to save for the half anniversary, whatever. That's going to conclude it for this video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know if you're still going to summon for Anabel or not down in the comments below. And I'll see you all later.